The Sports Time Podcast.
Let's go to the Clippers and Mavericks. I thought the Clippers would win this series in 6, but it looks like this could be a quick series. Dallas is already up 2-0. What's going on? What do you think is wrong with the Clippers right now?
I think it's coaching. It's funny how the players want to put the blame on Doc Rivers, but right now my Sixers are comfortable 2-0, and they're down 0-2 after they tanked because they were scared of the Lakers, which we all know. And then they're going against Dallas, and now they're down 0-2. So I think coach is the problem. When I look at Patrick Beverley playing 23 minutes and Rondo playing 19, I think that's a problem. Patrick Beverley plus minus is minus 11, and Rondo is plus 13. Rondo, you brought him in to make everybody around him better throughout the entire game. You know, he had 4 points, 7 assists in 19 minutes. Patrick Beverley is doing nothing out there. He's useless. He's getting destroyed every time he plays Luka. He can't score. There's no reason for him to be playing 20-plus minutes. You brought in Rondo for a reason. Let him get everybody around him better. In the fourth quarter, let him get Paul George. Let him get Kawhi easy shots. So I really blame coaching because I can't blame Kawhi. He had 41 in game 2. I can't blame Paul George. He played great outside of the terrible three-point shooting. I mean, he's shooting less than 25% throughout the series. So I think that has to step it up. But honestly, it's the coaching. The rotations is bad. The matchups is bad. They keep letting Luka do whatever he wants. The role players for the Mavericks are playing way better than the Clippers. So it's coaching. The rotations is bad. And honestly, I ask myself, is the Clippers roster, are we giving them too much credit throughout the season? They played good. They were consistent. They were one of the best three-point shooting teams, but so far in the playoffs, they haven't showed up.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Kawhi playing really good. He scored, 41 points in game 2?
41.
And they still can't win. I feel like there's something wrong. I mean, Paul George hasn't been – I don't know what I'd rate Paul George. I mean, he's played pretty good, but, I mean, Luka is just dominating the series, and they got to figure out a way to stop him. And I, as a Kawhi Leonard fan, I'm disappointed because he could end up leaving the Clippers and going to the Warriors or something, which I don't know why he would. But
I have crazy predictions for Kawhi is going to go. I have 3 teams I think that he's going to look at. I think if they lose, he might opt out. Well, he's definitely going to opt out. And I'm looking at the Sixers because of the Doc Rivers connection and, the big 2 that we have. He could replace Tobias Harris. I'm looking at Miami because he wanted Jimmy Butler before he wanted Paul George. And so I want to be surprised if he goes Miami, and that's a perfect fit. It's a scary fit for the East. And then the last team I'm looking at is the Knicks. They have a lot of money. He has family ties in New York. That's a big market franchise that made the playoffs this year, so they're ahead of the schedule. Him going there changes a lot. So I think he's leaving the Clippers and he's coming east.
That would be interesting to see, and I think he likes California, but again, I think the only team that you could really see him going to is maybe the Warriors. I've been hearing a lot of rumors on that, but I'm not sure he'd want to go there because it's Steph Curry's team, and he wants to have his own team, and I feel like, if he went to New York or Miami, I'm not sure if he went to Philly, it would be his team. It probably would be, but if he went to those teams, it would be his team, and I think that's why a big reason why he went to the Clippers instead of the Lakers, because it was his team and not LeBron. So it's going to be interesting to see. I hope the Clippers win, but I feel like the Mavericks are somehow going to pull this out.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Town Podcast, or the STP Pod for short. If you want to check out more videos of the Sports Town Podcast, click on the left. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the right.